guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Shivangi. If you're seeing my face for the first time, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the like button and the bell notification button. Of course, you do it all only and only if you enjoy watching my content. Well, today's video is specifically devoted to Instagram. I know for the longest time you guys have been requesting me on my Instagram posts to make videos on how I edit my pictures, how my Instagram game is so on point, how I color coordinate and how I work about creating an aesthetic feed, and of course how I make my Instagram stories look as awesome as they do according to you guys. So today's video hopefully will give you an insight on how I go about making my Instagram stories, and these hacks and tips and tricks would hopefully help you guys. It took me a while to figure them out. Some of them I looked and got inspired from in the last year and a half after stories came up. Some of them I figured them out myself. Some of them are my innovative tips and hacks. So keep watching and keep sharing if you enjoy watching this content, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Okay, bye. Okay, so the first one's gonna be a really simple, easy Instagram hack. I'm sure a lot of you would know it, but there's still a lot of people who don't know it. You just saw it happen, yes. Just select a color from the brush tool and long press on it, and voila! For the second hack, we'll be using again the drawing tool, but this time we're going to long press not on the screen but on any of the colors that are there given by Instagram. And there you go, you have an entire spectrum of unlimited colors that you can use and choose whatever colors you want for your background. The third hack I have for you guys is using the font tool. So here we're going to try and create a 3D effect, or more like a drop shadow effect with the fonts. I'm using the strong tool because I personally like that font the best, but I'll of course be showing you how it looks with modern and the typewriter font, just to give you an idea. This is honestly one of the best ways to create an impactful caption on your Instagram stories. I absolutely love doing it. It immediately catches the attention of anybody who's seeing your stories. So yeah, there you go. This is hack number 3. So this is hack number 4, which is a pretty basic hack to be honest, but I still love it. All I'm doing here is taking a picture and using a brush and making a swirl around my body and using the eraser tool to kind of erase it in parts so as to make it look or create an illusion that it is a blanket that's wrapped around me. And I think it's pretty fun. It looks pretty neat on Instagram stories, and it's a cool hack. Hack number 5 is a little more complicated than hack number 4, just to compensate, but it's again one of my recent favorites. It's basically creating a gradient on your font, and I think that's a super cool trick to have. So all you have to do is, once you've written down a word, you have to select the word, and once you've selected it, with your left hand or your left thumb, as you're moving, sliding the select bar or the font bar to the left, you have to move your right thumb on the color bar on the gradient spectrum to the right or the left and create like this gradient effect. I'm going to do it one last time so that it's a little easy for you to comprehend and understand. All I'm going to do is right Niftian, select it all. Now I'm going to move my left thumb and right thumb in synchronization across the screen. Do you see how I did it? It takes a little practice, but you'll get there. Honestly, I've had so many of you guys ask me how I make Instagram collages without using an additional app. Of course, I do use apps time and again, but I just feel that they occupy a lot of space, and also they don't give you the creative freedom in terms of how you want the layout to be. This is just more free. All I do here is select a background for my Instagram story, and I go back into my camera roll and I select on the right bottom corner of the image, and it takes me to the option where you can copy the image. I copy it. I come back to my Instagram, I open my Instagram stories, and I click on the font and long press until I get paste as an option. Here I am trying to do the same thing again, just to give you a better idea, and also just to play around, because I love playing around with Instagram stories. I just feel there's so much you can do, and yeah, that's how I make collages. And here's a quick hack for you. This is only applicable if you have an iPhone, just FYI. I'm not sure on how to do it on an Android because I have an iPhone. You know how a lot of Instagrammers get this feature on their Instagram stories which takes you directly to their post, and you keep wondering how the hell do they do it? Well, this is how. You just have to open any of your posts, click on the arrow button, add it to your story, enlarge it, zoom it in, and then select a GIF that says tap here, or maybe something that says view post, and just share it. And the moment you share it, what happens is when you click on tap here, you get the view post option. The see post or the view post option is available to you because you've zoomed into your story, and it looks like it's an extra feature, but it's really not. This is definitely one of my favorite Instagram hacks. No kidding. I use typography a lot. Every time that I have to just write content or just type in text in my Instagram stories, I try and make it as interesting as possible. And my biggest tip to you guys would be try and use all the colors and all the amazing fonts that they have. I know they just have like a handful, but those are also sufficient to create an impactful post for your audience. It's all about how you play with them. Try maintaining a color story, try maintaining like a grid. Make sure that the font is not too dark and it doesn't like merge with the background, but also make sure that it's not too light and merges with the background. So creating the right balance and also creating content which is exciting to read for your audience is very, very important, because with social media it's a lot about creating content that's engaging and that catches the frenzy or catches the eye of the audience. And whether you want to do it with horizontal font or like vertical sentences, that's on you. On the right hand side here, I've kind of used like one line that goes vertical, and on the left hand side it's all horizontal, but it's all about the sizes and the fonts and the colors and how you've placed it that makes all the difference. So go along, play. It takes you a little while to find your actual mix, what you enjoy making, but once you get there, it kind of becomes like your statement style. Since we were talking about playing with fonts, I'm going to try and show you another way of playing with fonts. We're not going to write sari the most obvious way, but we will be writing each alphabet separately here to kind of create more impact and also kind of create like a flow and just make it look interesting on your stories. And after we are done writing sari, we're going to write lover, which would be in a simple format just below it. It just creates like some excitement and something interesting on your feed. And here I am placing it right under my elbow, which I think is pretty cool, and I feel like it goes with the flow. And yeah. Since college days, I've always loved creating like an illusion of like a board where I can paste things or pin things, whether it was my college portfolio or Instagram. So here I am doing the same. I've just taken this image, reduced the size, and I've created this kind of like a tape effect, making it look like I'm taping it onto a wall, which is ironically not my Facebook wall but my Instagram wall. And again, I'm playing a little with text and placing the text in an interesting way to make it look different and make it look slightly more interesting than like your regular Instagram story. And yeah, this is how I'm doing it. So I'm taking one edge vertical, one edge horizontal, and kind of merging it on the corners, and I think it looks pretty cool. And that's it. Of course, a little diamond gif and like a brush stroke takes you a long way in completing the post. So that's what we're doing. This is not a hack so much as it is me trying to combine those last two tips that I shared with you guys. So here I am creating like another Instagram story post, and I'm doing it in this entire pasting it on my Instagram wall kind of a format. And yeah, once I'm done doing that, I'm gonna use the fonts that we had done in the second last tip that I'd given you guys, and I'm going to play individually with each alphabet and place it, align it next to my hand again. I think my hand is becoming my best friend when it comes to aligning the fonts. But again, this also ends up looking super interesting and it's super fun. So you can use one of these tricks for your stories, or you could combine a couple of them together. It's all on you. It's all about playing with the fonts, playing with the colors, and creating something unique. Here again is another very important trick. So Instagram stories also have the options for hashtags, which means that it gives you more visibility on your stories now than it did previously. But how do you put hashtags without making it like too much? This is how I do it. I use like a couple of hashtags which are relevant to the post that I'm posting, and all I do is I kind of use a GIF and like a GIF, and I place it right over the hashtag so nobody can see the hashtag. It doesn't look ugly, it kind of looks cute. At the same time, I'm getting more reach. Alright you guys, so these are all the tips and tricks that I had to share with you in this video. In this particular video, we've just focused on Instagram stories. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to my Instagram yet, make sure you do that. And you don't subscribe, you follow me there, you subscribe me here. Social media, I tell you. Anyway, you guys, if you enjoyed watching this, leave a comment down below asking me if you would want me to make more such videos. If yes, then I'm all up for it. I'm all pumped up. And yeah, also thank you so much for all the subscribers and all the family members that have joined in the last 2-3 months. This family is growing huge by the day, and I'm super psyched and super excited for what the future has in store for us. But for now, I'm gonna sign out. I'll see you guys around. Mwah. Bye.